Good morning. How are you? I'm feeling a little bit peeved. My technology is not working as it should. Where I am at the moment, it is saying I'm live, and I'm trying to find where it is going live because I have an issue with it's not going to my time. So what I'm going to do is just share this direct into the mytimetv.live and a few technical issues still. So the source video is actually on source, so the source video is here, is on Roz Boundy's profile. Okay, so hopefully you get to watch it where it's meant to be. I might just share that too into my Roz Boundy page. Technical glitch. So watch over on. Oh, I don't know whether that does that or not. How do you do? Anyway, I'm trying to do the tagging. All right, let's see if that gets us there. Good morning, Sarah. How are you? It might be that I'll just have to do these live streams from here every morning at the moment till I get this technical glitch worked out. Okay. Now, just sort out the music. That wonderful music that is Terry Britton's beautiful creations. So he's a lovely friend that I met online way back, and he's a wonderful person. Lets me use his music. So we've got, actually no, I'm not sure. Yes, I am. Yeah, anyway, it's the profile, I think. So good morning to you too, Karen. How are you? Well, it's always a challenge sometimes to get things moving and mobile, as I was getting out of bed this morning after a full day of doing fruit processing yesterday, and probably more today. There's more peaches dropping on the ground and more to pick from the tree before they drop on the ground. But we're getting there. And some plums as well that I was gifted. So it's a very abundant time of the year, summer, with the fruits, the trees that come in. And the thing is, it come in all at once, don't they? So you've got plenty to deal with. Good morning, Kat. Lovely to see you here this morning as well. Wonderful. Now, with any other places where I'm actually having this streaming too, because I'm only on their eCam this morning, and here's one that's popped up that's probably in the group, or yeah, I've got a closed group that this feeds into as well, the card reading group. So good morning to you. If it comes up like that, it needs to actually have either clicking on the eCam permissions or the put your name after the end of your comment is a good way to do it as well. And hi, Aaron, how are you? So you're coming to us from the Facebook this time, and definitely you've been doing your Stroke TV Foundation shows for quite a number of years now, isn't it? You started around about the time that I had with Roland. Wonderful. So as far as the full-on regular shows go, people do pop over, and if you have someone that is has had a stroke and in that recovery mode, it's a wonderful support show that Aaron does as a as a victor as well, you know, having moved through that process on a personal level, haven't you, Aaron? Now, I shall change around when I can figure out manually. Hi, Diane. Warrnambool on holidays, still on holidays. That's wonderful. I think school starts to go back, so there's a lot of people who are now not on their holidays as well. Now, the purpose here is definitely to still do the reading, card reading. So I'm going to move into that. do tune into your own messages. Just a reminder, you can flick it like a switch, however, whatever process you do, have that awareness of what you're receiving as we actually move through these readings. I'm hoping this is the right camera. Yes, I have set that up at least. It used to be a little bit more automatic on the switching between the scenes with hotkeys, but somehow I've lost that and I haven't been able to get that back yet. Whether it's a change that is an upgrade from Ecamm, I don't know. We're here with it now as it is, and here we go. There's my website. I shall put that there in a prominent position. It has been migrated and is working, I think. I still need to do some tweaking with content, but that's a small point. At least it's there and it's working. So, what we've got here with our cards today. I have gone back to this reading, this spread for the weekdays as a spread, because a lot of people there has been some feedback that they like the way that this has the meanings and intentions that are here. Oh look, Aaron, look, I'm so happy to put the Stroke TV out and about there, because you do such wonderful work. And you know, I don't know what it's like for those who've had big strokes. I just know my dad had had them. You know, myself, I've had a little TIA. There's processes, there's things. We need to be looking after ourselves, and sometimes even when that doesn't work and we do have those sorts of incidences and health issues in our lives, it's wonderful to know that there is the support mechanism, support network, and the mechanisms to help improve your life after stroke. So that's why I'm happy to put more out about that as well for you, Aaron. Yeah, so thank you for that response. Now, we're going to get into the reading. So this here, with those who have mentioned that they like this spread, and I do, I just, you know, on the weekend I'll change it up, that's all. I'll do something different. This is the heart is in the workspace. We've got, oh God, I had something just pop up then. Computer's confusing sometimes. Oh, I thought I'd done everything right. Yeah, anyway, it's Mercury retrograde, isn't it? Don't we blame everything technology on Mercury retrograde? It probably could be. I should turn on my iPad and find out. I vaguely remember seeing Elizabeth Peru does her topic tips and whatnot, and I think I saw it there. Here we have the heart in the workspace. What we've got here is the mice in the home space. Very much an evidence this time of year sometimes. Yes, we've got the birch whip in the unexpected. We've got the coffin in your role. And we've got the young lady, as the outcome. So it's a great spread of cards. It is quite different. I can't remember when we last had the coffin, but we've got the heart in the right place, right space. It's always the heart anywhere that you find that is the right place, right space. And we've got that in our work arena today. And good morning to you, Susan. Oh, so it's a grey Sydney. Wow, like the different varieties of weathers that we get over our very large country. I'm not surprised. We've got sunshine. It's probably going to be warm and humid today here in South Australia for most of it. So, and that's, I like that, yeah. Aaron, as far as your stroke, it's been a spiritual journey. I've watched a lot of that journey, starting with the near-death experience 10 years ago. There's so much that you could share, and you do share so beautifully through your foundation. Each and every one of us has a story, don't we? So what we've got here, having everything from the heart, and especially in our workspace, this is creating that awareness for us today as our guiding tool. This is what we're using this for, as a guiding tool. It's just giving us that awareness of placing everything from the heart space for what we're doing in our work. Love your work, and you know, spread that love in your workplace. Make what decisions you're making from that deep heart space. Actually doing, Oh, Susan, that's really sad. Sorry, sorry, I'm getting distracted with the comments this morning. Normally I don't. I go through the reading. I don't have anywhere else much to go this morning, so I suppose I'm allowing myself to have the more depth of interaction, isn't it? So sad for you. It's a tough time, isn't it? It really is. And, well, there you have that. You've got the coffin in your personal space at the moment. And hi, Mark. Wonderful to see you here as well, too. All on Facebook this morning, so it's wonderful. On the I suppose, being on the personal profile, I don't know. I love what I do. This is one expression of what I do that I really do love, and have that basis of what I do that comes from the heart. A stage 4 cancer is really, and of course now the dogs are going to go for it. My heart does go out to you, Sue, or Susan. I shouldn't assume that you like being called Sue. It's, look, there is so many stories that we could each share. Having got, isn't it a bit weird though, the synchronicity as far as Aaron, you're here, and I'm not going to call you a stroke victim because you yourself have said that yours has created that spiritual journey for you. And so yes, you've gone through the grief and process of and you're okay with all the names, I thank you. And that, I don't know whether you can hear me too well over the dogs barking. I'm very surprised at why they're not. Whatever, no, they're still doing it. There's someone or something that's outside that's creating that noise for them. And I love that. Yes, there's that saying that Roland used a lot too, expanding joy. Oh, wonderful. You can hear, oh good, thank you. Yes, I've had the minutest experience of a stroke. Like a TIA is a transient ischemic attack. It's the little precursor to a stroke. So I've had that experience, and Aaron, you're here. And Sue, you've mentioned that your mum passed from a stage 4 cancer. I've had a resection of a bowel cancer myself. That's only a little bit. It was in only the 2nd stage. So there's that little experience that I can say is part of my story. And it really is, yes, a stroke thriver, and helping others through theirs. So here's that work that you've been doing, and with all your heart moving into that. And I feel that energy of what is that heart space of how we move into our work, and how we're putting it from what is our work decisions and what we're doing in our workspace to actually being out and into the world in a glorious way. So that we are actually shining our light and helping others in whatever way we can from that heart space. That's central to what we're needing to be doing today from our work, for our work, with our work, in it. All those different ways that we can do that from that space. Yes, absolutely. Thank God. So we're going to move that energy into our home space because for me, I work from home. Many of us do have that influence. Our work does influence a bit our home space. Let's shift it around a bit and have it influence the works the other way around. Have our home space, where we are from our home space, being balanced by that heart center and doing things from that. Here we've got the little mice. I love this card. You've got it. Oh, well, my heart goes out. Yes, definitely. Have your heart in that confidence, trust, and love of self as you're going for your interview, Susan. Because, put it in that central position. Just allow trust and have that working for you with the process of an interview. I know they can be so nerve-wracking and really... nerves can have you do some silly things like I am at the moment, because I'm hoping all this is going out there okay because of my technical issues. Having things pop up on a screen here, there and everywhere. Just let the flow of that love for self and love for what you're moving into so that it will give you that ease as you have the interview, that confidence and knowing that if it's truly where you want to be, what you're wanting to be doing, that the interview is successful, and have that as the centre. You know, your true confidence in knowing that you're in the right place, right space. There you go. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Well, you know how I feel about the work you do and that connection that we do have. It's been a long connection, surprisingly. And you're in California, yeah. A beautiful space, I understand, although never having gone over to America. At some point it might happen. And, thank you, I was about to start a life coaching course. Oh, look, I've got a very close friend who's doing that type of work. She's starting, I think that is today, spending time, or is that next week? Oh, look, one day I'm going to have to keep my diary with friends' stuff too, as my memory goes. But anyway, here we've got it. The resources that are around us. I've got to keep on with this reading or we'll never get it done. The mice. Just be careful of what's around you, not being nicked off with by the mice. Like, don't be so casual with your resources, with what you have, the food in your cupboard and all that, that you're not keeping an eye on it and having mice steal it, eat it. I mean, if I was a mouse, I'd be taking opportunities like they do and, you know, having the fun swinging from that thread that he's going to be chewing through and ending up on his arse in a minute. But you look at all the beautiful, wonderful food, you know, it's an abundance there, like it is on my tree outside with the peaches and the nectarines, and I wish there was plums, but I had to swap plums this year for some peaches because our tree didn't give us any. So it's all of that type of thing. Whoops, I've got another good morning, Roz. Good morning. So do just have that awareness. Look, there's nothing wrong with having the abundance and sharing it. If you know that the mice are there, so to speak, and that can be literal or metaphorical, look, there is enough to share. We don't have to hoard absolutely tightly and lock up absolutely everything that we don't share. It's a place and space in the home to actually share with, entertaining. We can entertain again, most of us here in Australia. It might be a bit more restrictive in other countries at the moment while things continue to move through with controls. But we are built to actually be in interaction with other people, and that can be entertaining. As far as hospitality was the word I was trying to think of. So being hospitable with each other and having that enough to share it round. And that's also in our resources as we're growing our gardens and reaping our harvests and creating that abundance, that it is enough. We need to be also in that more mindset, I feel, of sharing with other countries, not continually trying to lock up and think that we're all isolated in our countries. We are a global world now. The internet and all the technological connections that we have is proving that. It's creating that. We need to actually spread that out even further to what is our interactions with how we share our food, how we share our other resources, so that people are not going hungry, that people are not going homeless. I'm not going to get on my soapbox with that. So that's what that's feeling like to me, is in our home space to just have that awareness that it's in such a good way of sharing with others, that it's not, it's not feeling like we're missing out because someone's taking too much of our stuff. That we are actually giving that wonderful balance from the heart in our home and workspace. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what you're meaning with that one there, Aaron, the more we receive, and the oops, but I'm assuming what we actually have, the more that we actually share, I think the more we receive, yes. So in the unexpected, we're going to have the broom, the birch broom and the whip. Now that the card itself is called the whip. So it's actually getting some action behind what we're saying, in my view. So and including in the workspace, I mean, this covers all of what we're living in our daily life. So feel that broom being the precursor and sweeper in front of us to clean our path, to actually sweep the path clean as we're going to walk it. Cracking the whip so that we're actually doing both, actually cleaning before us and actually getting some action to keep the energy moving, the momentum, the results, so that we are actually putting into practice what we're saying. If we're planning something that we're doing from the heart and we want to follow it through with, and it could be something humanitarian, it could be something that we're seeing needing cleaning up and we need to follow it through. A process in the workplace, it could be, different things that happen in different ways that you need to follow up and actually crack the whip, get it done, get it working. And that is the unexpected card. So it could be just a comment someone's mentioned and you're needing to follow it up. Clean the slate, anything like that. Because I thought that's probably what you meant there, Aaron. The more we give, the more we receive. That's right. And it's also, too, not being frightened of actually receiving. Many times, we don't feel that we're worthy enough to actually receive, but we are. So it doesn't have to be an over the top, all the... Yeah, it's just that gratefulness. It's a humble modesty in how we receive. Anyway. I'm hoping you get the gist of what I'm saying. So, as we've moved now into our role, it is, that birch cleaning, the unexpected. Sometimes it can present us with those moments where we know that something that we're involved in is in that coffin, that we're getting rid of it, that it's a dead thing. It's something that's moving on to the next space. And for Sue, in your grief, I would say, if it was that long ago that your mum's passed, or that the grieving takes its time, in whatever time it needs to take, and it can be even with things that we hold dear to us that we're giving away, stuff like that. The process of allowing ourselves to feel those emotions and moving along with grief, whatever time it needs for whatever type of grief we're experiencing, allow it, because things, we do know the constant in life is change, and that we've been born, we live our life, and we do die. We know that each and every one of us is going to go through that process, and it really is tough sometimes to see that happen with our loved ones. It's really tough sometimes, even with our little fur babies, our pets, or those animals that we have a responsibility for. And, other creatures, I feel that for, our environment, in how, even with the fires, in how we've had one recently here, not right here, but in South Australia, there were some fairly big ones on the weekend, how the wildlife and all the on effects of what that can do brings us that need to grieve and move things on, do what's needed, and feel that that is part of the cycle. I want to just sort of express that's what I'm feeling. It is the love for the humanity and how we do continue onwards in what our lives are and what the path is that we're treading. Each and every one of us has our own path to tread, and that's why I mention, each story, we all have the different stories. But just loving to the sharing, that we can remember what we've been through and all of that. So like you say, Susan, thank you, about to start your life coaching. Oh, whoops, I've put that one up there, haven't I? You're starting on a new course in your life, a new part of your journey, and treading that. Good morning, Kerry Ann. Wonderful to see you here too. Thank you. So as you're moving through with this as part of your role today, bring it together with that love from the heart centre. And that you're knowing that it is part of that path, that journey. And with the young lady that's here in that central, it's that young feminine energy. And Roland did always say a person can have anything they want in this life if a person helps someone else get everything they want. It's that focus, the attitude, our perspective, our way of understanding, each and every one of us being the individuals, we do need to have that time in our day to actually reflect. Now this is looking back over towards that heart card. Reflect on where is our heart centre, what is actually important to us, how are we loving what we do, how are we loving those people who are around us, because this is in that lifeline part there of the actual living, the work and the home, and here we are in the centre. It is that living space. So spend a bit of time through your day-to-day reflecting on where your heart is and how important it is for you to be and do and understand and learn and being on that pathway. Okay, so I'm going to finish that there. Whoops, sorry about that. I'm trying to remember now which one was that scene. Yes, picked the right one. I'm a little bit on that manual mode with this one today. So being that this technology, I will work it out and we'll continue on tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is going to be back at the 8 o'clock because I've got a different appointment arrangement for my tomorrow. It's not my volunteering. I'll resume that next week because I have a appointment in Adelaide. And that is a wonderful saying. I'm not sure, is that a verse in the Bible? The greatest among you is a servant to others. It is actually a wonderful way to have your perspective of life, being that servant to others. But a servant does not mean that you are any less than another. It just means we serve. We have that love in our heart that we want to help others, and that is serving. It's being that person for others as you would like them to be with you, because that's the one that I like the most. Besides the I am, in the biblical sense, I do really like the one that, I suppose it was Jesus that said it, is the do it. It's the old-fashioned way of saying it, do unto others as you'd want them to do unto you. Look, treat other people as you'd like them to treat you. It's as simple as that. Be that loving person for others and spread that out and about, and it's what you're going to attract and have come back into you. But it's not with that expectation. We just love. We just put it out there. Put it out there. Thank you for being here and joining me, especially in the really weird way that this one's come about. I do have some sorting out to do with my program and the technology I'm using and all the rest of it. But hey, that's part of the fun. And it is lovely joining in with you each morning. So tomorrow morning, hi Eliana. I've got a niece, great niece, whose name's Eliana. Beautiful name. She's only young. She's really young. Lovely to see you here. And now I'm going to go and sort that out, schedule the next week's worth of live stream. So tomorrow will be 8 o'clock, so keep your eye out for here or mytimetv.live. That's where it usually is put, is mytimetv.live. So I'm just going to answer this one. Yes, I can, and I've got many friends who do too, and you could, but that's a learning thing as well too if you don't feel it instantly yourself. The rosboundy.com, whichever way I'm supposed to point for that. There we go. So that is my website. It is supposed to be working, so if you'd like to have a detailed connection, do have a look at that website. I'm not sure if I've got that part in the shop yet. I'm still tweaking it. Otherwise, direct message me. Just send me a messenger message. So that's great. Thank you. And it is lovely to see you here. So tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, just keep being the best you that you can be, because that's what comes from the heart. And namaste till tomorrow. Bye for now.